Hey everyone, it's future me coming in to apologize for the fact that the camera's crooked during this entire podcast recording and probably the next one too. But you know, we're trying. We're learning new things. But I was in the process of editing like, bitch, this shit is fucking crooked. It's okay though. First times for everything. But thanks for watching. Okay. Now we're recording on all fronts. Hopefully that's straight. It doesn't really look straight, so now I'm kind of stressed by it, but everything's fine. Okay. Wait, am I sitting weird? Oh my gosh, the Scentbird things. Product placement. What the heck? Iced coffee ASMR. Okay. Hello. This is crazy. Hello. Okay. If you are watching this on YouTube, this is like the first time I'm ever recording anything, so please be nice. Please be nice. Me, this iPhone and this tripod really just, we've had it in. We've been through it. Even the lighting, like we were gonna fight this morning, but it's fine. Hopefully I don't look nuts. And scene. Welcome back to Out of the Nowhere, where absolutely nothing happens out of the nowhere. I hope you guys like the new intro music. I've scoured the internet for beats that feel like me, like out of the nowhere. So I'm hoping that we're liking it, hoping it's vibing, all of that. Also, I know I have not recorded an episode. Well, actually, yeah, I think I've recorded a couple episodes, but didn't love them and haven't posted them. So I have not been in this since like July. So I'm so sorry for leaving you guys hanging. Thank you so much. If you are tuning back in, I love you. For anybody that's new, I also love you. Thank you so much for checking this out. And welcome back. We upgraded equipment a little bit. We got a blue snowball. Well, it's a black snowball, but you know, whatever. We got a blue snowball now. We've upgraded the mic. We've got a little stand. We're doing video. Like, we're doing big things in 2023, okay? Okay. Welcome back. I did want to take a second to kind of just talk about the premise of Out of the Nowhere and where this came from, kind of like my brainchild, all of that. And this really just came from me. I don't know if anyone else is into human design at all, but I am a 1-3 generator. And one of the things about being a 1-3, you're supposed to be like the investigator, explorer. And one of my things that I've always loved to do is like share my experiences. So many other things in my human design chart I could talk about. Really, we're not going to get into human design at this moment, but I just always love sharing my experiences. And then it kind of brought me to a place of like big sister vibes. Like, you know, your big sister, you just kind of like let play while you're doing your housework or some shit. Like, you know, you're putting your friend on speaker and you guys are just talking shit, telling you about her recent experiences or whatever. Like that was the premise of this. And also giving a place where we can have like a non-judgmental conversation. Cause I also think that is very big sister like. So here we are, your internet big sis, here to tell you all but tea. Oh my God, I felt like there's something in my nose. It's fine, everything's fine. Wow. I think I'm nervous. I definitely think I'm nervous. It's fine though. So yeah, you're in that big sis, here to tell you what the fuck she be doing. Maybe you can make some of these, maybe you can avoid some of these mistakes. I don't want to tell you to make these mistakes, but if you want to make them, we could talk about it for real. If you have the same situations happening, you know, let's do it. I wanted to take this episode to talk about one of my favorite shows ever. Before we get into the game changers and everything, just like the premise of today's episode, I really want to talk about, I've been rewatching Insecure. And when I say rewatching, I kind of like skip season 1. Like season 1 is all right, but I just like remember it so vividly. Season 2 is my favorite, like the post Issa and oh my God, Lawrence, why couldn't I think of that real quick? That like the post Issa and Lawrence breakup and all of that, like that's one of my favorite seasons. And then I always like jump to the end every time I rewatch, but it's fine. I recently have been rewatching and kind of got a few takeaways from it that I probably hadn't grasped prior, so super excited to talk about that. But yeah, so just like to let you guys know, we are going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this whole video thing. We're about to try it out. I'm going to face my fears of being on the internet in this way and put this on YouTube. So please watch the YouTube version. Please. And this will make the game changers easier because you'll be able to see the shit that I'm talking about. So speaking of the game changers, I don't know if I'm going to use the game changer audio. We'll see. If I do, it'll be here.
Game changer.
And you might have just heard it. So if we're keeping it, we might do a little something different. We'll see what happens. You know, we'll see what happens. But today's game changer, actually, well, one I have on. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Larry June, but he is a like clothing, like sweatpants, t-shirts, socks and shit line. I got some socks and some shirts. And it just says like organic, and then it has midnight organic here. So it just says organic across the top. I just love it. It's like one of those high quality t-shirts, like, you know, the ones you get from the thrift store that have been like 20 years old that are still holding the fuck up. Like, you could tell this is like a good quality shirt. And it's like nice and oversized. I think I got it a size bigger. I think I might have got an extra large. So it's like big. And I don't know, it's a nice little pump cover for the gym. Like, it's just a vibe. I like it. I've been wearing them nonstop. I have like 3, 10 out of 10. So I will link that below if there's still some in stock. I know it was like a limited thing that I bought. And then also I want to talk about Scentbird. Yes, we're priming it up for the sponsorships all 2023. Okay. So I recently started getting Scentbird because I realized last year I didn't have like a signature scent. Like, not that I wanted a signature, well, actually I did. I wanted a signature scent. I wanted like to have something that I always put on. So I started getting Scentbird because I have commitment issues. I do. I have commitment issues. And I don't know, I just didn't want to commit to buying a big old bottle of something. So I started getting Scentbird. I think I have like 4 little refills. I will link all of the scents that I have and like a little review of them. I have to like remember at this time. But it's fantastic. It's like $10 a month. You get like, let me take it apart so I can show you. But you get like a little vial size, like a little vial of the fragrance, and then it goes into this nice little case, and you can replace what's inside the cases. I have 2 cases currently, but then like a bunch of different fragrances, and they've just been fantastic for travel, for I don't know, just like popping something in your purse, like just nice. Like, I love it. And then you get a real feel for the scent. Like, you're able to try it for days and months, or, you know, however long it lasts you, and then really see like, okay, I'm gonna buy this one, or I reach for this one a lot, like, let me get it. I recently have been trying Prada candy, which, why didn't anybody tell me about Prada candy? Actually, they did. They tried to tell me. I just was like, candy? Ew, I'm gonna smell like a sweet tart. Not the case at all. It smells like just sweet enough, just feminine enough, like everything. So I've been loving that. That's a great contender. So I will continue to share in the description box the other ones that I have, and, you know, give you like my little referral code. I think you get some money off or whatever. Sponsor me. But yeah, 10 out of 10. I really do love it. So those are my 2 game changers for this week. So check out Midnight Organic as well as Scentbird. You won't regret it, I promise. They also do like candles and stuff on Scentbird, which is cutesy. I'm gonna stick to my Bath and Body Works, but, you know, if you're down for that, do it. Okay, so back into Insecure. So after rewatching, I kind of had a moment. I remember after the finale came on, was that last year or the year prior? I can't remember. I remember talking to a friend, and she was like, oh my gosh, like, I see that the real thing about this show was about friendship, like the real premise of the show. And I think you definitely get something from it every time you watch. And but I had a moment where I was watching, and I was like, no, like, this show is really about like being insecure. And I think through different waves of the show, Issa was insecure about different things. Like, at one point it was like her job, then it was, you know, the relationships that she was in, like all those different things, her living situation, all of that. And I think that we all go through like a full cycle. I mean, not everybody's insecure, I will say that. I mean, I actually think that everybody has some type of insecurity. It's fine though. But I think we go through cycles of when you're feeling strong in something and maybe not as strong in something else. I wouldn't even say that it's a full insecurity. I would just say that like some things are stronger than others. Some things you have a lot more confidence in than other things. And I know for me, thinking back on life, I was always super duper confident in like one thing, and that was the fact that like I'm smart as hell. And I'll say that, like, I'm a really smart person, like just overall, like intelligent. But seriously, like, I don't know, I always got good grades in school, always had like good common sense, kind of like can deduce things, just and now looking back at it, I think a lot of it has to do with intuition too, like just being intelligent in a lot of different ways, like emotionally intelligent to a point, like, you know, actually like book smart intelligent to another, like all of those different pieces. And I think kind of combining it was just a recipe for success in that realm. But like as far as like a physical, like physicality, that's taken a long time. Like, even now I'm sitting here like, oh my God, I probably look fucking crazy on this camera. Like, girl. But yeah, like, I think there's always been little pieces of life that you feel insecure about. Like, sometimes you may feel like financially insecure, like people are bitch, what? Where is this list coming from? Anyway, seeing people, you know, around you that might have more money than you, or, you know, might have a better paying job, or, you know, something of that sort, or maybe be like fully into their career, things like that. I think we end up in a space where sometimes, like, you know, comparison is such a fucking killer, and you have to take a minute to realize, like, oh my God, I'm comparing myself to somebody else, and that has, like, that's not my journey, that's not my thing, that's not where I'm at in life, and that's okay. But thinking about that show, and as I was watching it, I started thinking about my own life and just friends and things of that nature, and like, dude, comparison will kick you in the fucking ass, and then it will have you out here thinking that, like, you're less than, or the fact, or, you know, that you're not deserving of something, or, you know, you're, like I said before, behind on something, and that's not always the case. Like, your process is your process, and that's actually one of the premises behind this podcast as well. Like, my process has been so warped. It's so different than what I thought it would be. Like, here I am sitting here at 30 years old, not exactly what I thought I would be doing. Like, as you can see, the set is literally my Grammy's living room. I'm in her favorite chair currently, recording this. I've got the famous Black people painting in the background. And like, this is not what I thought. I thought I'd be in some type of like aesthetic apartment, like high rise with floor to ceiling windows and all of that at this point. But like, that's not where I'm at right now. It's not where I'm at. Not that we ain't getting there though. We're getting there. But, you know, everything comes in due time. And I think, like, your due time might be different than someone else's due time. Like, if we're thinking about the show, and if you haven't watched, please do watch. I'm not going to give any, like, real spoilers. But, like, if you're thinking about the show, we've got Issa, the main character. Then we have, like, Marly, who's a successful attorney and doing well and has all these things and whatever. And, like, that's her best friend. She's looking at her best friend like, damn, she got her shit together. She's a full-on attorney. Like, she's making all this money, da-da-da-da. But, like, Molly's not all the way together and everything, too. And I think in realizing that, and not even, like, putting your friend down and saying that they're not all the way together, but just realizing that we're all running parallel paths doing different things. Or we might, the paths might not even be parallel, to be honest with you. Like, I've had many a friend that at one point in time, we might have been in a parallel journey, but this is not parallel, bitch. What the fuck? This is a peace sign. Anyway, it's fine. But we might have been at a parallel at one point, and then, you know, our paths might have just crossed, you know, and that's okay. Might have went in completely different directions. The fork in the road came and we moved in different ways. But just thinking about that, thinking about the fact that, you know, your journey is your journey. At some point you will, at some point, if you continue to work at it, and if those are things that you want to accomplish, those type of like strengths in different areas of your life, they're going to happen to you. They're just going to happen in your timing. Like, Caitlin's timing is not the same as this person's timing, or Sarah's timing, or Laura's timing, or whatever. Like, it's my timing. So that was kind of what I deduced from that. It made me feel a lot better about myself and made me think more internally and not so much in comparison. Second note on that was about friendships. And I do feel like friendships are like one of those weird things. And for me, like, friendship has always been really important to me. But I think that also comes from me looking for like external validation in ways, and knowing that I'm a good friend, knowing that, you know, or at least try to be a good friend, because maybe I'm not the best friend that person needed at the time, but, you know, neither here nor there. You know, just always feeling like, oh, like I need to be doing something for somebody else. I need to be a friend. I need to be there for somebody. I need to blah, 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 blah. And not always being there for myself. And I think sometimes, like, when certain things fall out of your life, or you might lose a close friend, or, you know, take a break from a close friend, or a relationship, or whatever that might be, it gives you a second to kind of recalibrate you as a person. And, you know, in those moments of solitude, in those moments of, you know, not having that person to run to or call, you start to like call on yourself, which is very interesting, to say the least. And like, moving away from just like the show premise, but just thinking about myself and my own like insecurities and other things like that, it took me having some moments of solitude and like really reflecting personally to get out of that space, to stop comparing, to focus on what my journey is going to be, focus on the things that I actually want to do and the things that I want to create and become and all of that. And stop looking at somebody else, or stop looking for someone else to be like, yeah, girl, you could do it. Like, I could tell myself, yeah, girl, I could do it. And I think moving out of insecurity is one of those things you have to do for yourself. Like, no one can make you not insecure. Like, no one person or no group of people can ever make you not feel valuable in a way. Like, nobody can tell you that you're valuable unless you tell yourself that you're valuable. You know, like, in somebody else's eyes, you could be worth your weight in fucking gold. But in your own eyes, if you don't believe that, if you don't think that at all, it's not gonna matter. It doesn't mean anything, because here you are still at the end of the day, when you're by yourself, when you're on the toilet shitting, thinking bro, I can't with myself. But like, when you're in your solitude, when you're laying down in bed at night by yourself, like, what you think is what matters. And you have to remember, like, what you think is always what matters, regardless of what it is. So if you think that you're fantastic, that's what matters, and you're fucking fantastic. If you don't, I think you should revise, but that's what's keeping you in that space. And for me, realizing that that's what's keeping me in that space, for me realizing that I was placing my value on other people, or, you know, the way that I showed up for other people or whatever that was, and not even the way that I showed up for myself, that had me fucked up. It had me fucked up for a long time, until, like, more recently, I would even say. And figuring all of that out, game changer. Like, that's probably the ultimate game changer. That's the thing that changed this entire thing. That's the thing that had me pull out this camera. That's the thing that had me come on here by this fucking microphone and talk to you guys about all of this. Like, that was it. I realized I had something valuable to say, and that I wanted to share it. And regardless of who listens, how many listen, whatever, I know that it was supposed to be out there. Like, I know that for a fact, because I know that I would have needed this. So that's how I know somebody else does. Somebody else needs it in some kind of way. So I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to be consistent for y'all and for myself, period. But that was pretty much it for today. That was really all I had. I will see you guys. We are now changing the posting schedule. We're now posting on Monday mornings. So I will see you guys on Monday, and next Monday, and the Monday after that, and the Monday after that. Because I was watching Late Night with Larry and Lionel the other day, and they were talking about how they hate people that have seasons on podcasts. I low-key feel the same way, because I want to listen to you all the time. Is that me being selfish? I don't know. Does that mean I gotta sit here and go upstairs right now and change my shirt so I can record another episode? Fuck yeah. Because I would be mad if my favorite podcast did not have an episode on Monday and I needed something to listen to on Monday. So, period. That's where we're at. Love it. All right, so I'll see you guys next Monday. See you on the internet somewhere. Bye. Oh, wait. Okay. For you guys who don't know anything about, like, see you on the internet somewhere, I don't know if you ever watched Evelyn from the internets, but she's, like, literally, like, okay, so you remember, this is like a, wait, I was about to say bye, but I have to tell you this. So, I'm thinking, like, OG, like, when I started watching YouTube was probably, like, 2011-ish. Like, obviously, we were watching little things before that. I used to watch a little Tyler Oakley, a little Kingsley, if you remember. But, like, I didn't start watching stuff heavy till, like, 2011, and I got into, like, the black hair girlies, like, all of that. But I started watching, what is it? Confessions of an Awkward Black Girl. That was Issa Rae's, the premise to Insecure, actually. And I remember one day, like, on the suggested afterward was, like, or maybe, like, on the side, like, when you used to give you that full feed on the side, it was this girl, Evelyn, from the internet. It was, like, just, like, this awkward black girl from Texas. Like, I don't know, she was just giving. She was fucking hilarious. Like, hilarious. And she would, like, vlog. She would do, like, skits and shit. Like, just funny-ass shit. And I started watching her, and at the end of every episode, she'd be like, see you on the internet somewhere, bye. And I just loved it. I loved it. So, Evelyn, if you're ever watching this, I love you, and thank you for being on the internet somewhere. So, I'll see you guys on the internet somewhere, too. Bye.